Yes, if you haven't figured out what that skill is, it's the skill of public speaking, the skill of being a confident speaker. I believe that within every single one of us, we have a gift, we have a message to share to the world. And with this very short period of time that we have on this earth, it is upon us, it is our duty to share our message out there. And what I find is that a lot of us hold ourselves back because of fear, because of doubt, because of things that we have faced in our past. And let me share with you this, okay? Although you may see me today, being confident up on stage, sharing with you with high energy, it has not always been this way. All right, just about almost a decade ago, I was just entering into the speaking industry, thinking that okay, after going through and this 5 day trainer trainer program, I know exactly what to do. I'm going to crush it in the industry, right? But when it came down to the wire, when I had to stand in front of a crowd, I was in front of a crowd in a foreign country. I'm from Malaysia, by the way. And then I was in Beijing. And then in Beijing, I was speaking to an expatriate community. So it was a room of about 20 people or so. And I, I was like prepared for this event, right? I knew the stories I wanted to share. I had the words down, word by word, exactly what I wanted to say. And then when it came to the day of the event, when I walked up on stage, I just blanked out. I saw this room of eyes just looking at me, staring into me. And then I just froze. I didn't know what to say. I didn't know what to do, right? And then there was an automatic part of me that just kicked in. And then it just played the script that I was rehearsing previously. Right? So I was just telling my story in a very monotonous tone, in a very slow pace, in such a way where I started seeing my audience die right in front of my eyes. I could literally feel the energy just getting sucked out of the room, right? And then back then I had my partner who was standing all the way back of the room, and then he was like, "Oh God." He just had his face in his hands, and I knew that I was bombing. I was bombing on stage, but I soldiered on. Right, I soldiered on, and by the end of the session, uh, half of the room left. I just was shattered. You know, I came into this industry thinking that I have a message to share. Right? I wanted to share that message about how people can transform their lives in their relationships and to be able to break through the limitations that they wanted. But what is this? Right? What is this? Well, people don't want to listen to me, and then they just left the room. My confidence was shattered. Right? But I took it as an opportunity to learn. I took it as a challenge to say to myself, I am committed to my message. I am committed to my gift. I have to get this speaking thing down, right? So it took me months, it took me years where I constantly crafted my craft. And then at the end of the day, it was like what Jeff and Dorothy shared, right? It is that mental game. What is that mental game, right, that you have to solve within yourself in order to step out and break free of your fear, right? By breaking free and learning these exact steps that I'm going to share with you, I was able to speak in front of audiences of 600 people, in Vietnam, and to be able to have them share their stories, like what you saw in the video, right, about the transformation I was able to bring into their lives. And this is an experience that I hope that you will be able to experience as well, to be able to deliver your message and transform people's lives, to see that transformation unfold right before you, and to feel a sense of fulfillment like you've never ever felt before, right? If you would like to learn this, type in yes in the chat section, okay, and I will share with you exactly what you need to overcome. right? So the very first thing that we all need to overcome is this. We all have our fear of we all have the fear of judgment. How are we judging ourselves on the day-to-day basis? I want you to start reflecting and thinking about the internal dialogue that you have within yourself, right? Like what Jeff said, you know, if one day you just do the exercise of just stripping yourself bare, stand in front of the mirror and just speak with yourself. Are you speaking kindly to yourself? Or are you speaking to yourself in a harsh tone where you're putting yourself down, right? Where you are punishing your spirit, where you are punishing your gift, where you are punishing yourself. Why do we do this? Why do we do this? Like what Ahmad is sharing with us. No, I speak harshly to myself a lot. And yes, there's something we need to really improve on in ourselves. You know, when we're harsh. When we are harsh to ourselves, we chip away at our gifts. We chip away at our confidence. We chip away with our potential, right? The potential that we all, I believe, can be living at the fullest throughout this precious time that we have on earth. So, what I want you to do is to take this word out of your mind, okay? And today also with all of our participants, with all of our community, with all of our speakers that we will be sharing with you today, you know, to take out this sense of judgment. We just get rid of it, okay? And start having an open mind. Start opening our minds to the possibilities, right? And instead of imposing judgment, right? We open up our minds and we open our hearts to this. To gratitude. What can we be grateful for in ourselves in this very moment? To be alive, to be able to have a pair of eyes, to be joining us right now, to receive this abundance of knowledge, shared from experts, you know, streaming in from Thailand, streaming in from the US, streaming in from Tokyo later, right? Streaming in from Malaysia right now to wherever you are. We live in an amazing time where we have the opportunity to connect with one another. And as Mark shared, things are changing at a quicker and faster pace. Information is flowing faster and faster, right? So what that means is that within that is the opportunity to connect with each other, to create communities, meaningful communities, right, at a faster pace. There's so much to be grateful for. Okay? It could very well be being grateful to have the perspective, the insights, to see this opportunity to join us today at this event. And you know, how many of you have already gotten a lot of golden nuggets that you know will change your life right now? If you know that, type in yes in the chat section. All right? Yeah. Yes, I see Sandra saying yes. Jeevan John, Karen, Mandy, Mingru, Ahmad, Renate. Yes, 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 yes. So many things to be grateful for. Right? And if you find it hard to be grateful, there's another thing that you need to bring into your life. That is forgiveness. a lot of us are harsh to ourselves. It could be a model that was installed by you. It could be your parents. It could be the education system, right? Where you were put into an environment where making mistakes was wrong, was punished, right? And then you had that mental imprint in your mind, and then harsh words were thrown at you to say, "Hey, are you stupid or what?" Right? It's like, come on, you should know this. And then we install all of these lines into our minds, lines that's external to us. We internalized it. So we have to start forgiving ourselves, to start seeing the human in us, our humanity. Okay? That we are all not perfect. We don't come onto this world and know exactly how to walk on our 2 feet, right? We all start on our backs, right? Trying to figure out, how do I navigate in this world? Okay? And then our parents, would share with us, crawl, crawl, crawl. Maybe by example, they'll share with us. And then after that, they'll guide us, encourage us, to stand on our 2 feet, you know, with confidence, to start walking, holding our hands step by step along the way, with that patience. But you know what happens? What tends to happen is that once we get out of that baby form, then suddenly the expectations has shifted. That's another important word. Expectations. Suddenly expectations come in. The reason why we judge ourselves, we're harsh with ourselves, or we're harsh with each other is because of the expectations that we impose upon others or upon ourselves. And the difference between expectations and reality is what we call pain. We feel the pain of judgment. We feel the pain of self-doubt, the lack of self-confidence, because of the expectations we have in our minds about how things should be, how we should be, right? Rather than coming to this point where if you want to overcome this gap of expectations versus reality, is to start aligning yourself with reality and coming to a level of acceptance. Being able to see reality as it is and to start accepting who we are, right? To start accepting reality. Because if we struggle and keep complaining about how life should be, or how the system should be, how education should be, or how government should be even, right? Then that's where the pain comes in, right? We complain in our minds, and we don't do anything about it. And not only that, we beat ourselves down through the process as well. It's all interconnected. When you start judging, it affects your own self-esteem as well. So you have to start coming to that level of acceptance. And then once you come to that level of acceptance about your story, your human being, right? Like Jeff and Dorothy was sharing, you're a human being, not a human doing. See yourself as who you are. Who are you being on this earth? And then to be able to start embracing your story. And storytelling is really how you start gaining your confidence. Start building your confidence. What is your story? What is the story of your life? What are the areas of your life, the story of your life that you need to start accepting, right, as part of, as an essential part of your journey? Jeff was sharing, right, in his story, it was about drunk driving and almost killing his sister, someone that he loves dearly, right? And, and then instead of continuing to let it rule his life with guilt and shame, he took a mindset shift. All right. Okay, are we good right now? I was muted for a bit. Okay, great. Thank you very much for pointing that out. Right. Okay. So back to my point. Okay. What is the story that you're telling you to yourself? How is it that you can shift the perspective that you have about your story to shift it into an empowering manner? Your story can serve as a warning or as an inspiration to people. Either way, it teaches a lesson, and the lesson helps empower people to the next level. And that's the meaningful life that you can create by starting to share your story. And like Mingru shares, a true story really connects. And know that no matter who you are, no matter what background you come from, right, no matter what country you come from, at what age, at what stage of your life, you have a story to share. You have a skill to share with people. Okay? You have the knowledge and experience to empower others, to inspire others. I like you to imagine this. Okay? Telling a story about how you overcame the challenges that you face in your life, how you overcame traumatic experiences, how is it that you gain success. It's like telling a story to your past self. When you're reaching out to an audience and you're sharing your story, it's like speaking to your past self. Sharing with them at that point where they are at that point in their life. Okay, if they're struggling with pain, it can be finances, it can be relationships, it can be in their physical health, it can be in their spiritual well-being, whatever it may be. You're speaking to your past self in that very moment and imparting insights, tools, strategies, knowledge, and experience so that they don't have to prolong their suffering like what you had to go through. It could be the months of suffering, the years of suffering, or even potentially decades. Imagine if you could help others shorten their learning curve so that they can reach their highest potential right now, so that they can be where you are right now without all of that pain and suffering and whatever challenges that you face. Your message, your experience is valuable. So start honoring your story. Start honoring yourself. Start being grateful. Start being accepting. Start being loving to ourselves. And one of the patterns that I see that people face, especially for those who are givers, right? They constantly give love to other people, give care, give the attention to others. But they neglect the most important person of all, the person that will be with them throughout this entire journey of their lives, and that is themselves. To start loving yourself, to start caring for yourself, to start forgiving yourself. And I want to give you permission that it's okay not to be okay. It's okay not to be perfect. It's okay to struggle. And know that every single is a master. Okay? And every single one of you is a master of what you know. That's it. That's the secret to being confident on stage. Is to recognize that you are a master of what you know. Because many people, when they come up on stage, they think they need to do this. They think they need to impress the audience. Right? They start going into performance mode and say, hey, I need to use these bombastic words. I need to use this special prop, this visualizations, this gestures, whatever it is, and dance. Especially in our TikTok generation nowadays, sometimes what I see people do is like, oh my God, you don't have to do that. All right, you don't have to have that mindset of I need to impress people. But instead, this is what you need to do. What you need to do is take your mindset from needing to impress people to expressing yourself. Expressing what you know. Expressing your truth. Truth that you don't have to exaggerate. Truth that you don't have to memorize or struggle to remember. Because you lived through those experiences. You know it at your very core. And that is unique to you. Every single one of us has a unique experience, right? That can relate with people on a deeper level. Every single one of us has an audience. Okay? Similar people who have struggled, who are struggling with what we used to struggle before, right? And who are looking and searching for that solution in their lives, wishing, praying, saying, please, please, show me a sign, show me a solution. And you know what? You are part of that solution. But my question to you is, are you honoring that part that you have to play by bringing out your message? Or are you keeping it to yourself? Because of the judgment, because of the fear, because of the doubts that you have in your mind. Go beyond that. Honor your message. Honor your story. It deserves to be heard. Okay? Start helping your past selves. And I promise you, the results that you want in your life, it can be financially, emotionally, physically, whatever it is, spiritually even, everything will start flowing into alignment because you started honoring you. You started honoring your message. You started honoring the path that you are meant to be playing on this earth. In this great fluid tapestry, right, and puzzle that we live in. I imagine that we live in a world where every single one of us holds that precious puzzle, that unique puzzle that's waiting to be brought out into this world. And if only all of us honor that and brought those puzzle pieces together and connected with each other, imagine how beautiful that world would be. How beautiful a world would be without that fear of judgment, where everybody can honor themselves and honor each other respectfully, right? And collaborate with each other to create a difference and to help one another. How beautiful would life be? And that's one of the reasons why I'm here with you today, with my partners, with Summit, and all of these amazing speakers, and the wonderful, wonderful team, which I would like to acknowledge, okay, who has been working hard day and night to be able to bring my message to you, to be able to bring the messages of all of our amazing speakers to you here today. Has their story changed your life? Has their story potentially given you the difference that will make all the difference? If you agree, type in yes. And you know what? When you say yes, you are saying yes to yourself as well. You are saying yes to your own message, and you have that message to share. So take this as a call. Take this as a sign to start stepping out of your fears, to start sharing your message, right? To start honoring what you know, right? What you're truly a master of what you know, to guide others through this journey, to hold their hands, to say, it's okay. I know how you feel. I know the struggle, the fears, the pain, the traumatic experiences, the sleepless nights that you feel. Okay? Hold their hands, guide them with your story, okay? And take them into transformational experiences where you are able to see them transform right before you to where you are today and beyond. How beautiful life would be. Okay? And you can play that part.